What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another night of 30 NSG. On tonight's episode, we're going to be continuing playing Transformers Fall of Cybertron. We're probably going to finish out the game tonight. That way, next week, we're wide open, and then Gamescom happens. We're hoping that we hear something from Splash Damage with Transformers Reactivate. But, you know, right now it's a 50-50 shot. 50-50 shot. It might be a 60-40 shot. All right, did I do... Where were we last time?
In my contrails! I see Shockwave has rebuilt that wretched tower from the sea of rust. What a monumental waste of time. For that to work, you'd have to hit me! Shockwave's defense network can't take much more after that. Only one tower left. Need a little adjustment here.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Last checkpoint, so we still have the two left. Or did we get that checkpoint? Right. Yeah, we do the last one now. Nothing there.
Give me 2 nanoclicks! Wow! Shooting you guys is actually be right back with you, Starscream! Fall before stars!
Okay. Come on, creature. Yeah, this is on 360 right now.
That's that! Now, I must overload the main terminal.
We're playing on the 360 right now.
That got their attention. You should do the trick. Excellent. The power surge disabled all shielding over the tower's maintenance shafts. I shall tread on your remains.
Find some health.
Network's coming back online faster than I thought. I must reach Shockwave's lab quickly. That way. Time to break the sound barrier.
I'm confused. Oh, right here. I was like, where am I supposed to go?
The subject continues to resist every test. I suspect they were administered incorrectly.
I assure you, the tests were done as you instructed.
We shall see, Sharpshot.
What we got back here? I jump over that. Came down there. There we go. Tell you the tale of Wayfinder. Well, Wayfinder, I like Wayfinder creature because it's a looter, right? It's a game like Destiny or Warframe or Division or any other game, right? It's a looter. What I don't like about it right now is that they're paying. Like, you have to pay to play, and it's a free to play game. And I think it's scummy because it's a free to play game and it's like early access, and they want you to pay so you can play test it, right? And meanwhile, the servers and stuff are shit right now. So I'm just trying to stay away from it until it's like ready to go, right? If they give me a code, they give me a code, but I'm not going to pay $15 to play a free to play game early when they're having the problems that they're having. The game itself, I like the combat. I like the world. I like the art style. I like all that stuff. But I can see from the 6.5 hours I played that it's going to be super grindy because, not because it's a free-to-play game, because of that's the structure they want it to be. And if it's going to be that way, I would rather play Transformers Reactivate than this. Right? Than Wayfinder.
Always tinkering, aren't you, Shockwave? Must be quite the test.
Right. 19,456. Like, there's people waiting in line for an early access game that's supposed to be a free-to-play game. You know? And that is shitty, man.
Let us do this.
Shockwave. All effort must now be focused on remote extraction of the target planet's energon reserves. Your calculations inspire sufficient confidence that such a plan is not only possible.
Did you buy it for $15?
Such an influx of
I hate that companies do that.
On Cybertron.
Shockwave's log 7.
They could have just kept it as a closed beta again, like they did before, and people invite people and still work on stuff. Or just open it up as a full free-to-play game.
Subject's power readings have increased tenfold, thanks to my rerouting energon feeds from all but the most basic of cerebro circuitry. Hardshell. Administer stress test 87B.
Let me play with it.
In due time, Sharpshot. Insecticons, follow me.
Can I not drop down from there? Let's go around. It is, Steve. Yeah. No, yeah, I liked it. I just don't. I don't like their model, and because I don't like the model.
Nice try, Starscream. You picked on the wrong. So, you are the one called Grimlock. I am Starscream. I know what Shockwave has done to you and your team. I've scanned his logs. Looked excruciating. I bet you're just chomping at the bit to pay him back. But what is a Grimlock to do? Surely Optimus has written you off, and you're entirely too stupid to think for yourself. Pathetic.
Right,
You
exactly,
will
creature.
swear your allegiance
If Transformers
to
is
me.
exactly like Wayfinder, I'll be okay with it. I just don't like
I will set you free.
because I'm not interested in the Wayfinder world, you know?
No thanks. I'll free myself.
Wait, I can help you.
Grimlock.
Nothing feels right. Hard to think.
Alert. Test subject is mobile.
Hey, you guys didn't take his weapons away from him?
Must find my team.
Call for reinforcements!
Where are my teammates?
I don't want to get deactivated!
Useless.
Alert Shockwave!
Warning. Breaching containment cell 1G. Subject prone to violent outbursts. Please escort subject back to containment area.
Find that shockwave. Done to me.
Initiating lockdown.
It's escape! Take it down! We need reinforcements!
Take me to my team.
There he is! Open fire!
I can just picture Grimlock now in like Transformers Reactivate. He reminds me of like basically the Hulk from Marvel's Avengers. You go around just destroying everything. God, it's gonna be fun. Oh, I saw the clip about 20 minutes ago about the clip does from the podcast earlier today. And I started laughing because the people that just want to hate, like, Keymailer's not it's not like a review code. You know what I mean? So people think like I got like a review code and Lono didn't get the review code, and that's not at all what happened.
Must find the others.
What am I supposed to do? Right trigger to grab. Okay. Why is he so much bigger than other Transformers? Because he turns into a dinosaur. Like, he's just a bigger robot. Like, he's consider Grimlock as a like an elite,
Caution.
right? He's just a bigger robot.
Cell 1S.
Like Optimus Prime is a big robot
All
too,
this
right?
security must be getting close. What have they done?
Welcome, Grimlock. Your attempt to rescue your friend was easily predicted.
Come on, Travis. Welcome back, Terry.
Shockwave!
I've siphoned your cerebral circuitry to push additional power to combat-related functions. Frankly, I'm amazed you can even talk. 98.7% of your redesign is dedicated to the total destruction of your enemy.
Lucky you.
I gotta come back up online.
Better. I will continue to monitor your progress with great interest.
Yield universe demonstration.
Do I not have weapons? All melee? Okay. So be it then. I can't transform yet.
Try to be this clever, come back.
I mean, you just gotta look at like Grimlock is like I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm a skinny guy, right? I weigh about 190, 192, but there's guys on football teams, you know, that are much bigger. We're all humans, but some just different sizes than others. That's the way I look at their sizes and why one's bigger or whatnot. It's different because they're not robots, right? They're organisms. They just have to be robots to us humans. That's what we know as robots. Right, some are just built differently, yeah. Pun intended. I wish I could reach that guy.
Swoop, you still function.
Grandma, get me out of this thing!
How?
I saw the guards trigger 2 switches in unison to lock me in. Now hit the other one.
Yeah, I got it.
The 2 switches, now there's 3.
Security deactivated.
That's more like it.
What I find funny is the Dinobots are Dinobots on Cybertron. And on planet, they're also Dinobots.
Don't know, but I like it. Can you transform?
No, everything's different.
You mean better.
Just different. Need to find the others.
So? We start.
Don't know. Start looking.
There they are!
Swoop! Take them out!
Ha, what's this? I like flying!
Real talk here, but how is it all these years after Mass Effect is still better than 90% of what we got now? That is just a good, or stuff just that bad now? I don't want to say everything's bad, because not everything is bad. I think our standards have risen, right? And we can get disappointed in certain things that we like and dislike. But I think games, I mean, this year alone, there's been great games that came out.
Makes two of us.
What is all this?
Mass Effect, when it came out, is also a,
Experiment.
you know, the top of the top,
What Shockwave
you know?
did to us? Cracked us open?
You don't remember?
No. Do you?
Yes.
Grimlock. Oh, look at this one.
Insecticons communicate on a specific ultrasonic frequency. I have found I can manipulate 85.7% of their... My research indicates Kickback may be another one of the original Insecticons. His mind and thought processes have proven psychotic and
I like the Insecticons.
Nasty.
Been through worse.
Hardshell prefers advanced combat strategy and weaponry, as opposed to relying on his natural instinct.
Well, yeah, it doesn't make
He's the
sense,
most
Dave, because
dangerous
when
adversary.
the Transformers were created, they were meant to sell toys. And what sells toys to boys more than cars, trucks, guns,
Hurry.
dinosaurs? You know?
By far the most dangerous Insecticon, Sharpshot enjoys torturing his prey with electricity.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Nostalgia, I talked about the other day. Nostalgia is such a great thing. I told the story about the root beer with my dad when I was 12 years old, right? Like, when I drink a root beer, it brings me back to that moment. Nostalgia, when we want to like Transformers, the reason you like Star Wars or Marvel or Star Trek or anything else, whatever you like, when you were a kid, you played with those things. And now when you're an adult, seeing these things brings you back to that moment, right? Brings you back to the moment of when you enjoyed playing with these toys.
We got new bodies. Need a new name. Lightning Strike Coalition Force never sounded right.
Grimlock reformat. Incompatible with Teletran.
Oh, I'm not well. Well, I say that same thing with sports games.
Allow me to introduce Hardshell. He should prove a most formidable opponent with which to test you.
Grimlock, I got an idea.
Where are you going?
Grab that fuel pod. Now throw it at him. Nice shot. More fuel pods coming up. Heads up, Grimlock. More cons coming in.
I mean, this is pretty easy with the goddamn shield I'm using.
Watch out! I think you're targeting him. Burn down.
can't run fast. I'm running slow, just using the shield.
That's the Grimlock I know! Use your shield!
My shield. That is smooth.
Can't get close to hit him.
Okay.
Grab that fuel pile! This hard shell's a piece of work!
Missed that one, huh?
Again!
Jump.
Not so tough now, is it? Stupid bug!
Well, that's true too, right? When you're a kid, you're less. You're not as skewed, right? You're not experienced in anything. You just know what you know, and we don't nitpick a lot of the stuff. You learn that habits from your friends and parents and television and whatnot, right?
Hardshell! Stop squirming!
Optical scan confirmed.
Nice!
Right, but then you can go into deeper conversation, Dave. Like, did it dip in quality to the standards that we had for Marvel, or did it dip in quality because it's not what we know? You know what I mean? Like, our whole lives, we had the cartoons and stuff, but we never had the live action things. Now all of a sudden you see it, the live action, right? Like Marvel's Avengers, the first one, when they had Hulk turn in, Banner turned into Hulk, I literally teared up, right? Because my whole life I waited to see what they captured Hulk. And yeah, Ang Lee had his Hulk movie, and Ed Norton had his Hulk movie. But to me, they didn't capture what Hulk was in those movies. And then when Marvel made Avengers and they had Hulk, and he's like, "I'm always angry," and then he smashes the big alien in the face. I was just like, that's it. And then he jumps and leaps off. I was like, that's the Hulk I wanted to see. And then they completely fucked up Hulk for the remainder of Marvel's movies over the 15 years.
Come on, Grimlock! I think Slug's this way!
Swoop! You triggered the shield!
Stop whining! Hit the trigger with me! We can disable it long enough to get through! All right now, on three! 1, 2, 3! Shields are coming down! Get ready!
I'm ready, dude. Oh.
Move it, Grimlock!
Hello?
Sorry, boss. You know the drill. Try it again. All right now, on three. 1, 2, 3. Go! See? Not bad.
Yeah,
Walking tank.
they completely, I call Beta Hulk now, like he is literally a beta. They completely and utterly screwed up Hulk's character. And one reason they did it is because they didn't own the license to him to make a standalone movie and whatnot. And I think they just hate the character. I really believe that. I'm no fan of most of the recent Marvel stuff, but I get that there's people who do love it. Times change, unfortunately. Right, and they're never going to make all the stuff for you. But at least we can look back at it and say there was some good stuff, right? Future says that 2 things I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive, and I don't happen to have proper, well-done Hulk standalone film and a proper, well-done Vader standalone film. Oh, the Vader standalone film, I can see that as well, Future. So I'm a little nervous going into this next week with Ahsoka coming out. I can't even speak. I would really like to like Ahsoka, but I truly believe it's the end of Star Wars. Like I'm still like grasping for straws here for any kind of emotional connection with Star Wars anymore. I call him Bitch Hulk, yeah. Beta Banner.
I'll scout ahead.
Wait!
I absolutely agree with that, right? Don't bash what you don't like love what you love and then bash what I don't. But at the same time, if I watch Love and Thunder, I'm going to bash it because I'm pissed off that I watched it and it's bad. But I'm not going to continuously talk about the film because I hated the film, right? Same with the new Black Panther. Same with, what was the other one that came out? Love and Blunder, yeah. Edge the Wrestler had his last match tonight. He's like retired, or is it like retired and then he's coming back like all other wrestlers retired? Oh no!
You all right?
Let's split up. We'll find
They wouldn't let me run across.
But Grandma!
That's an order. Go!
Retired. Because, you know, there's always those retirements, and then they come back later.
That thing is still on the loose. Check over here.
No, Edge is not like 75. Edge is probably in his like 52, 55. I'm going to say. Edge started in the wrestling when he was like 22 or some shit, didn't he? $49. There you go. Edge is 48. Yeah. I didn't think he was much older than me.
Insecticons.
Well, they even got the voices, man. Well, I don't want to go that way just yet. Go that way? Fucking Ric Flair had a match at like 72. Yeah, Sting? Like, come on, man.
Odds hatching.
My favorite Autobot, I mean, obviously, without saying like the two main guys, Optimus Prime and Megatron. One of my favorite growing up, I loved Jazz. I loved Jazz because I was infatuated with Porsche 911s when I was a kid. So I always liked Jazz. That's my Autobot. My favorite Decepticon is Soundwave. I just love Soundwave from all the little discs and stuff he could do. Now, as a toy, right? As a toy, like the cartoon, I like Soundwave. I like him as a thing. But what Creature just said, Jetfire, I love Jetfire as the toy. The toy was so badass. It was just so cool. That's one of my favorite toys.
Do you remember me? Me?
Back.
How do I get up there? Did you see the new Grimlock, Rose? Of the that $750 Optimus Prime they had that like transformed by himself? Have you seen the Grimlock they came out with? Holy Christ, man! Looks so good. Oh, the Constructicons are great. There's some great toys. I look at the toys now, and I want to buy some of them, right? Like I bought a Transformer for my son when we were on vacation. It was on sale. It was Sideswipe, and the toys seemed pretty good from the picture. And then when I opened the box, it was like not the greatest toy, but it was still pretty cool. But nothing like what I had when I was a kid. My son is very lucky because he gets all my toys. He's getting to the age where I'll let him play. Like his birthday's next week, and he's turning 9. And I think it's now time I can give him like my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or I can give him some Transformers. But he'll break some of them because he plays rough with his toys. He's not like me and Sarge, where we were like collectors even as a kid.
Once again, we have to put you in your place. Look, Grimlock. It's as big and tough as you.
Crush you!
You're not so tough.
No one's tougher than me!
Oh shit! Hit me hard there.
Not good enough.
Rip you apart!
Does he have a health meter? Or we just playing here?
You're pathetic. We'll tear you apart. Just like we did in the Sea of Rust.
When rage is full, press R to into dino form. Okay. How badass is this?
Impossible! He overrode Shockwave programming!
Never give up!
How great is this? Intro, everybody. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If Transformers Reactivate is half of what this game is, I'll be happy.
No one's tougher than me!
Time for me to take my leave.
Excuse me.
It even makes a save.
Slug, you look terrible. I feel terrible. Shockwave really messed me up inside. But I'll survive.
I love the fact that they're introducing in this game how they got into the Dinobots.
Give me your hand. Are you gonna stand there all day? Pull me up! Where is Sludge? He didn't even make it out of the caves. Snarl? Last I heard, Shockwave carted him off for extensive testing. Shockwave.
I know it might not be a a fan favorite here, or for you guys because you guys like Beast Wars. I wasn't a big Beast Wars guy. Beast Wars came out in a time when I was late high school, going into college, so.
Like the tower from the Sea of Rust.
It is. You were right. The Decepticons were after it the whole time. And Optimus was wrong. All right, Grimlock. Don't seem like you. I'm fine. We need to find Snarl.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it.
I may have an idea where they've taken it.
I'm a huge fan of the AEW, and it's way better product than it's currently WWE. Oh, you're talking about the the actual events.
Grimlock,
I thought you were talking about the video game for a second.
Swoop!
Lab report 1166. A second heavily armored giant creature. Attempts are underway at present to fashion a true beast of burden through extensive manipulation of the Autobot Snarl's soul.
This way, Grimlock! This new form just makes it way too easy. Keep up, Grimlock! Slug! Slug, look out! Those things are tough! What? Never mind. Hold on! I've got an idea! Grimlock, I'm taking heat here! Nice shot!
Oh, for God's sakes. Get this. Where are you?
I'm showing them! More of them flying in! Nice shot!
Did I hit him?
More swarmers over there! Alright, keep stomping on them! These things they break easy. More swarmers! I hate these things. Things are crawling everywhere.
And we don't change what we do.
Yeah, take that, you stupid bugs! You cut through those guys like beryllium bologna. You mean cesium salami? Cesium salami! Yeah, take that, you stupid bugs!
The base is under attack.
Drained. Pull me up! Keep on, Grimlock.
My dad watches wrestling a lot. I haven't watched wrestling in years. When he comes and stays with us, he'll watch it on the TV, and I'll sit down and watch a little bit. But other than that, I don't really watch wrestling anymore. I used to film the
Slug,
TNA wrestling, and I worked on the Hogan Knows Best show.
Slug! Tired of this.
Oh, I gotta go up there. You hear Hogan's an ass in real life? No. Hogan's actually a real sweet guy. I mean, obviously, from shit, I gotta. I missed it. Yeah, Hogan, when we were filming, when we were with him, if he would do like autographs, he would sit there and literally sign everyone's autograph. He was so nice that he was supposed to show up one time for like 30 minutes or so, and he stayed for 2.5 hours to like sign people's things. He's a nice guy, but you got to remember all these wrestlers, man, especially him, because there's like wrestlers, and then there's Hulk is known like worldwide. Like my grandmother, who was born in Italy and spoke barely any English when she came over here, knew who Hulk Hogan was, right? Like he like what wrestlers are today is a major part of what Hulk did, right? He's not the best wrestler in any way, shape, or form, but he took WWF and like put it in the stratosphere with the match with Andre the Giant and whatnot. Look, anybody can be an asshole at any moment. Not everyone can be at the top of their game all the time and someone will be like, 100 people ask for an autograph, the 101st person asks, and he's like, no, I can't do it, and he's got to go. That person is now like his mortal enemy and thinks he's an asshole and walks around saying he's an asshole. You know what I mean? What do I gotta do here? I hate that I can't get the guys up on the thing. Can I jump and get them? There we go.
Snarl, is that you?
Grimlock, get me out of here!
That's Snarl.
Precious, you've come to rescue your little friend.
A lot of wrestlers, man, they have a lot of problems. I'm not talking about back problems and stuff like that. They have lots of issues, man. They risk they put their bodies on the line, man, for entertainment purposes. Anyone that tells you that wrestling is fake doesn't know shit about wrestling. There's parts of wrestling that are scripted and whatnot, but you can't fake a lot of that stuff.
Shut up and fight, Swoop!
Scripted isn't fake though. Yeah, no. The punches, the kicks, the hits, the flying off the ropes, doing all this stuff. It's not fake. A lot of people think it's fake. They're like, oh, they're just all acting. Yeah, they're acting. And they make it look good. Because when someone takes a steel chair across the head or a ladder or goes through a table, they're
You Dinobots are in for it now!
oh, I'm scared.
Shut this thing off! I don't just start smashing things! Coming snow! Come on! Snarl's running out of time! That's it! Just a couple more! One more to go!
Listen to it scream!
That's it!
Stay away from me!
Dear Baba.
Snarl is pretty messed up, Grimlock.
We need to find some place to patch him up.
Oh no. Look, they know there's scripted moments where they're like, okay, when they lock and they do certain things, they have like little codes and names they say, so they know what's happening, right? It's sort of like if you were a football player and the quarterbacks calling plays out, right? Blue 52, you know, Denver, whatever, right? They have codes and stuff they use to do certain things, but at the same time,
Nice.
there's a lot of times they're in the ring where the energy and the motion and everything that happens inside the ring,
Snarl.
that they can't
That'll
hear
hold
each
you
other
for a
all the
bit.
time, so a lot of stuff goes wrong, right? But at the same time, they make it look good. They do the thing. They get their shit back together. They lock up again. They do the, you know what I'm saying? It's scripted, but it's like point A to D. What happens in between B, C, and D is all up in the air. As long as they hit the bullet points of the story arc that's happening in the ring, that's it. You can really see sometimes, like when a new person comes into wrestling, you can see them doing what they're saying, but it's all choreographed. You know what I mean? As far as like certain cameras stay a certain distance away, they don't get the close-up shots at certain times. At the high-end action moments, they get close-ups, but like when they're locking and hitting certain things, or they say they'll. Just like people said, it's like signs, like in baseball and whatnot. It's a big production, man. Big production.
Check this out. Grimlock, you've got to see this. Tower's off the scale. Grimlock, the Decepticons are using that tower to rip open a portal in space.
I mean, last year they did 35 games. I think this year they'll do around the same. I would say, you know, high 20s, low 30s, maybe. No, I never saw that, Travis.
Grimlock, we're losing the connection. Go talk to Optimus now.
You're alive. We feared the worst. Are you all right?
Shockwave is opening a space bridge to another world, rich with energy.
We cannot allow Megatron to plunder another world the way he has.
Yeah, no, it's very entertaining.
For once, we agree.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a big. Which brother does the wrestling? Which one does the boxing? Is it Paul, Jake Paul, and what's his brother's name?
Take Star. Get out of here. I'll lower the black.
Which one does the wrestling?
Go!
Logan. He's doing some crazy shit, man. It's very impressive what he's doing.
Crazy.
You can hate the guy, but you gotta respect what he's doing.
We need to get to the tower.
Hold on tight! Keep an eye. Scrap! There they are! Rockets!
I'm not your decoy, Swoop.
What the? Now these things are out of control! I have the targets in sight! Shoot it! Ha!
Puny Decepticon. Snipers! Faster, Swoop.
What's happening?
That waste block, Swoop.
Oh, really?
There, the tower is up ahead. Watch the rockets.
Scrap!
Good. Take those cons out already.
Working on it!
Where am I supposed to go?
Brace yourself!
Whoa, look out!
Too much wind! We're going down! Ah!
They're both big douches and pathetic excuses for human beings. That might be, but watching his physical talent that he has when he does the wrestling matches, fucking impressive. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about anything else other than his pure natural talent that he's doing while he's wrestling. That's understandable. But I'm just saying, his wrestling, he's doing better at wrestling than his brother is doing in boxing.
Another gate. Must disable it. Usually are. He'll break just
You can respect the artist without liking the person? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of actors. Oh, Jesus. There's a lot of actors that I've met that are assholes. But man, I respect them as an actor. Right? As the art that they're in, I respect them. Heart and soul.
Leapers. He's bigger than they usually are. He'll break just the same. Their armor weak on the back.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm stuck.
You're finished.
You didn't think I'd build something so powerful such as you, and not have a way to control it. Now, sit there like a good pet while I finish my work.
Megatron, I have successfully opened a bridge to the target.
Anybody else getting the urge to play
The
Godzilla?
portal is stable and ready for you.
Excellent, Shockwave. Except no one controls Grimlock.
Impossible.
Ripped his arm off. Come on, TF.
Integrity compromised. Evacuate. Evacuate.
Asleep. Tower's coming down. Loose.
Prime, the space portal Grimlock identified is becoming unstable.
How much time do we have?
Impossible to know. The sooner we launch the Ark, the better.
Optimus, take whatever spark that remains within me. Use it to light your way across the stars.
Metroplex, my friend. You don't have to do this. There's no guarantee you have enough energon to even get us to the space bridge.
This is my choice.
We have enough power, Optimus. Yeah, I don't support anything those guys do. I don't watch any of the stuff. I just saw the clip of him wrestling on Twitter.
Sacrifice will not be forgotten.
Till all are one.
This ship is gigantic. They only have like 8 guys on it.
Pathetic. This is the so-called Ark? The Autobots have placed all of their hopes on a glorified cargo hauler. Soundwave, head to the launching bay and ready the tow cables. You will lead the first wave of the assault.
Yes, Lord Megatron.
Make sure those tow cables hit their mark. I've mapped out precise weak points to hit. Once we've latched on, I'll start dispatching the boarding parties.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, what?
Sir?
That's more like it. Those Autobots won't know what'll hit them. Megatron had the Nemesis designed for maximum carnage.
Yes, sir, sir.
Can I go that way? How do I get into this section here? Can't.
Rumble. Stand by for ejection. Rumble, eject.
Let's rumble!
Rumble, laser beak, return.
Decepticons have breached the ship! Autobots, on your right!
I was being too pushy there. Cover shooter.
Boarded without incident. Laser eject. Target entrance.
Decepticons have breached the ship! Autobots, on your right!
Get ready to crumble before rumble! First we crack the chest, then we crack the nuts inside!
Decepticons in proximity!
Get all you got!
Laser beam return.
Pay attention, Soundwave! You're being attacked from both sides!
Let 'em have it!
Locking positions. Maintain perimeter.
Let 'em have it!
Access acquired. Rumble. Laser beam
I thought you'd never ask, Soundwave!
Okay.
laser beam.
Soundwave, the Ark's defensive cannons are taking their toll. Destroy them!
Yes, Lord Megatron. Rumble eject.
I love how you can just send all your guys out. I love it. Like, please let Transformers Reactivate be like this.
Rumble. Laser beam return.
Soundwave, hurry up and disable those energon silos!
Energon silos located. Initiating sabotage.
Affirmative! One cannon has fallen silent! Sniper!
Ow. Where did I get killed from? Oh, come on now. 30 vintage 30? What, for like a segment that we do? Sadly, it won't 30. It'll be a Warframe clone. I'm okay with the Warframe clone. I'm okay with it. Again, I'm not looking for the game I'm going to be playing for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Soundwave, the Ark's defensive cannons are taking their toll. Destroy them!
Yes, Lord Megatron. Snipers incoming.
First we crack the chest, then we crack the nuts inside!
Laserbeak, return. Laserbeak, eject.
First we cracked the shell, then we cracked the nuts inside.
Rumble, Laserbeak, return.
Get ready to crumble before rumble.
Return.
The hell is this?
Rumble, Laserbeak, return.
No. Stay away from me.
Come back here! Are you even aiming at me?
I need help.
Soundwave.
Alert! Decepticons in range!
Yeah,
I need
they're
that.
everywhere. How about less walking and more shooting?
That's help.
Rusty shot.
Rumble, Laserbeak, return.
Get all you got! First we cracked the shell, then we cracked the nuts inside.
Arc defense systems eliminated.
Excellent, Soundwave. Decepticons, all attack groups cleared to traverse cables.
All flyers and aerial bots to launch bays.
The problem with me playing older games, I mean, not that we're a big community or whatnot, but most people don't care about older games. Or don't. Hell, some people don't even care about the newer games.
Let's turn it back! Pound the armor, and the outer skin will shatter!
Where do I have to go? Oops. What am I doing?
We're losing time, Jetfire. Find that weak point. Jetfire, the tow cable must have a weak point. Keep
Yeah.
searching.
I'm looking.
Got to be a weak link.
There, a chink in the armor. Now destroy it.
Optimus! Boom! There it is!
There's another weak point. Destroy it. Nice work, Jetfire. You're stemming the tide. Jetfire, be mindful
This could be
of the
done a little
sentry
bit better,
guns.
this
They'll
particular
leave you
section. 'Cause I
alive
feel like
if you're not careful.
everyone's shooting at me, but I'm like barely moving.
Got it! Cables are severed, Optimus. We needn't worry about any more Decepticons crashing.
I like how this game makes you swap back and forth between the two sides.
This place is crawling with Autobots. Get out of my way! No mercy, Bruticus! Make your way to the propulsion deck and gut their engines. The Autobots must not reach that space portal. On my way. I love the sound of Autobots crashing under my feet.
Hit him with something
Like, this
that
is
will
cool.
slow him down!
Like what? The starship?
Just keep firing! The bigger they are, the harder!
Harder they hit. Megatron, I've reached the Ark's primary energon tank. Destroy it, and we'll be rid of these Autobots forever! Ah, this isn't even fair. Autobots! Verticus is targeting our fuel tanks!
Copy, Jetfire. Jazz is in play. Ooh, but do I...
Go, Jetfire.
We'll get through this.
Yes! I need to find Ratchet!
Oh, Bruticus. Well, you are even uglier up close.
Ouch! The little Autobot wants to play. Let's see you dodge this, Autobot.
Let's grapple him up! Whoa, whoa! I best watch my step!
Enough!
This means I did something right! Let's grapple him up! Don't worry, I'll just keep shooting till something breaks!
Get off of me, Autobot.
That's awesome.
Let's see you dodge this, Autobot.
Oh man, must have hit a techno nerve. Whoa, whoa! Let's watch my step! Yeah! Time to get up close and personal! Take this, big guy!
Get off of me, Autobot. You're really starting to boil my oil.
You don't think I'm coming near that, do you?
No promise.
That shield's a handful.
How do they know that
Jetfire,
saying?
If you done playing nursemaid, I sure could use your help.
Already on it, Jazz. Lure him to this EMP mine and keep him there. We'll take care of the rest. That's it. Now see if you can trip him up. That's it. I'm bringing the rain.
shall stand, you shall fall.
This ought to do the job.
Even if you destroy me, Megatron, others will rise to defeat your tyranny.
Then I'll just have to destroy you all.
Bumblebee, no.
Bumblebee! What a waste of energon!
After eons of conflict, I finally see the truth of your words, Megatron.
And what might that be, Optimus?
This universe, no matter how vast, will never be big enough for you and I to coexist.
And some 80s music here. Who am I choosing? Who am I choosing? Fuck it, we're choosing Megatron.
Let's finish this!
Not bad for a librarian. Perhaps you should have spent more time in the pit.
And perhaps you should have spent more time in the library.
I love the first person.
On the contrary, my friends are the source of my strength. You're finished, Megatron.
Never! I'm just warming up!
Person pride. Oh, damn.
Why won't you die?
It'll take more than you've got, Megatron.
Call yourself a crime. You were a reckless flirt when I found you. You will be dust when I'm through with you.
You're gonna talk or fight, Megatron.
Is tearing the ship apart! No! I will not be denied!
Alrighty then. Go on, Lurker. That's how it ends?
Till all are one.
You got the touch.
Beautiful. All right, Travis. Another great full. This one's way better than the last one. Fall of Cybertron or War of Cybertron is good. This is great. Together they're awesome. That was the ending, yeah, because you know what happens after that, Viking. They end up on Earth. Hence the go watch the 80s cartoon now. That's it.
Whatever lies beyond that portal is our best and last hope, my friend.
You got the touch. You got the
I love that they put this song in here. Yeah, this is the prequel to the cartoon in the 80s. I think I'm going to watch this the movie this weekend. I forget who the song is by. Isn't that poetic? My favorite Autobot is the end of the game. Yeah, you can't play escalation. Yeah, they make good games, man. And then I guess you could say Devastation is potentially could be the sequel to these, right? Because that's straight up out of the 80s cartoon. It's not a band. It's a song by, well, I guess it is. It's The Touch, song by Stan Bush and Vince DiCola. What a great what a great game. Great game. So a short game, much shorter than the last one, but good production value. Love that you got to jump around and play. In the first game, you get to choose who you want to play, right? In the second game, they just give you who you're playing. So you got to play as Grimlock and Starscream and Soundwave and Megatron and Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, Jazz, Jetfire. You played as Thundercracker. It's awesome. You played Devastation, didn't like it? Oh man. It's like a Souls type of game, Lurker. It really is, but it's a lot of fun. I loved it when I played it. Here's a hope in next week we get to hear something from splash damage at the game. Anything. I just want a little murmur of something. All right, Boo. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. What time is it? 12 o'clock? Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out and hanging out and watching the last week of all the War of Cybertron. Now you watched all of Fall of Cybertron. These are all on a playlist, so if you missed any of this at all and you want to watch it, you can go back and watch it. So now what? I'm not sure because I wanted to finish it like Monday night. I didn't think it was going to take this short. And then we were going to talk about Gamescom next week. So I don't know. We'll have to figure out what's next. I might just go back into the circuit rotation of playing Starship Troopers a little bit, play BattleBit a little bit, maybe jump into the new season of Battlefield 2042. I was thinking about jumping back in to play a little bit of Marvel Ultimate Alliance now that I had the Xbox 360 hooked up and stuff. I think it's still alive, Lurker. I do. I just feel they haven't said anything. They showed the trailer last December, and they haven't said anything up until, last year. So hopefully something is said. I already know this. This episode is going to get copyright strikes of that music. I know for a fact it's going to do it for that song, but that's all right. Yeah, we have Ultimate Alliance. I have Ultimate Alliance 1. I don't know if I have 2. Might be in a box somewhere. We talked about... I thought I talked about Embracer closing the studio. Did we talk about this last night on GXG? Or did I bring it up in the morning show? I remember talking about Embracer Group. Maybe I talked to Sarge about it, and then we didn't talk about it on the show. All right, Viking. I'm pretty sure we talked about it. I think it was the morning show. Or maybe we talked about Embracer Group with the two. We talked about Embracer Group this week. 2 billion. Yeah, I just talked about it with Sarge. I didn't talk about it on stream. I don't remember. Yeah, well, it wasn't a couple days ago. They lost a $2 billion deal a couple months ago. We just didn't know who it was, and now it came out who it was. It was a Saudi Arabian prince. It wasn't an internet scam. They had a big deal go. They were going to go through, and he pulled out. I think it was like 2 months ago he pulled out, but now we found out who it was because people thought it was like Sony or Microsoft, and then I said maybe it's Marvel, right? Like they had a deal with Marvel and they pulled out, but then we found out it was which is a Saudi Arabian prince, Oh, you're all good, Okuda Papa. I just can't remember if we did speak of it. I just don't remember right. I think it was like passing. Some of the stuff I when we talk about when we see companies like firing people or closing studios, sometimes we don't have any kind of add on to it. You know what I mean? It's like just news. Hey, Embracer Group's closing those studios down, but there's nothing to add to it. Like, yeah, this happens. It's business. But also, people make a big deal of it. Like, if Microsoft closed the studio, it'd be all over the place. Embracer closed the studio, nobody cares. Sony closed the studio, it's like one article. Yeah, they do. They do. Because not only because even in our Discord tonight, I must have put in 8 or 9 stories. Yeah. So we posted earlier today, uh, submit stories for 362, right? And then Krebsy already posted one before, and then I posted the banner, which means it's open up to start reporting stuff for the next week. And then all of a sudden, you see right here, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories. Just boom, 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 boom. And then I'll go back and I'll read them later. I see the headline, I take them, I put them in, and then I try to figure out what I'm gonna. What's the ones first to talk about. And we'll talk about a story faster than pretty much anybody else. Everybody else takes their sweet time, and I'm not trying to. Creature probably hates this, but I could make a breakout video for each of the stories we do, but I don't feel like doing I don't want to do what Lono does, where it's one topic, and then once you're done with that topic, you close that stream down and then go to the next stream. I don't want to do that. I don't. I like doing the 3 stories, talk about it, and then that's done for the thing. And if I want, I guess I could make a breakout of that, like take a clip or something and put it in, but I don't think it's really necessary. There's something about coming to a live chat and like having a conversation. But just there's so many stories. Watching here, well, that's what I was thinking. Haven't heard a large hullabaloo about it. Yeah, most people don't, because it's just like, what do you add to it? I read the story, Embracer Group studio. They're closing their studio, and I'm like, all right, well, that sucks. I could tell you the story, right, and present it like the news. In other news, Embracer Group closes another studio. Lots of people out of the job. And next story. It's like, this one. Yeah, everyone's gonna start freaking out right now because everyone's leaving Microsoft. Apparently they've lost 4 people. Oh, look. Sony Studio Bungie confirms development of new action game. Untitled action game. Ooh. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if the action game that Bungie makes next is just a PlayStation exclusive, because all the people out there will be like, "Oh, it's terrible that Bethesda did it. Sony doesn't do that." And I guarantee you, now that Sony owns Bungie, they will make a game that's exclusive for PlayStation. And I wouldn't blame them. Because you can do that. You own a company, you can make the choices. Now, obviously, Bungie would like to stay on as many platforms as possible, but when someone's paying your bills for you, you tend to do what they want you to do. Toxic Commando. What type of game is that? No one wants to be there. To be there at Microsoft, Activision went through, and now everyone wants out. And you know what though? Just like a tissue, when you pull one out, there's another person there. There's always going to be people that are new in the industry, and they're going to go to Microsoft and get that job. And like high up industry people that have been in the industry for years are going to go somewhere else because they don't want to be underneath the umbrella of them. That's fine. I mean, if you want to make good games, right? Like the high end games that are not associated with Game Pass, there's only two places to go. You go to Nintendo or you go to Sony. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Bethesda. It's getting it's good murmurs of people playing. I don't know how that guy is leaking stuff and not already like kicked out of the program. The grass is greener, always greener, and yesterday was best. Blah blah blah. Yeah, people are always gonna leave. I don't I have more of a problem when there's a game in production and then someone leaves in mid development than I have that a person leaves the studio and they're not working on anything right now. They're just like, yeah, we're done. Haven't worked on anything, and we're moving over to something else. You know, like they're done with their work, and they don't want to start something back up. I would assume if I was a developer, I wouldn't start something and then go, "Oh, I'm taking a new job." Right? I would want to see that thing through. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, exactly. Right? You finish the job and then you get out of there. I would hate coming from an artist standpoint of working in the film industry. My favorite jobs was working on music videos or commercials because when you're working on set, it's taxing, right? You're working 16-hour days, 18-hour days, sometimes 22-hour days. Uh, and you're in, you do the job, and then you leave. And then the next time you take a job, it's like a 3 day, it's like a weekend gig or it's like a week gig. But if you're on a television show, like a sitcom, or if you're on a reality show, or you're on a feature film, you're constantly doing the same thing. And in the film industry, if you're working on set, you're going to a studio every day, it becomes monotonous, right? But if you're working on a documentary show, you might be, in Africa one day, and then you're in a building, an office building the next, and it's fun. It keeps it alive because you're moving around doing stuff. But if I had to be a developer and work on the exact same job for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, that's not for me, man. Not for me. It's staged that way. What I've kind of figured out is that like all the Halo 3 files before it's released, it's staged that what kind of figured out it's like Halo 3 files before it's released. I don't know what you mean by that, Akuta Papa. You and Loto touched on it. COD guy did like 10 titles and he left. No shit. I get that. Yeah. It's like people get burnt out, especially with these live service games. Can you imagine like what happened to Luke Smith? Right? He's not working on the game anymore. He was the head, right? I know they moved him up, right? But people want to do something, get promoted, and go somewhere else. They don't want to make the same game for 10 years. They don't. They don't want to work on the same thing. They're artists. They want to paint a different picture. They want to work on something else. You can't, and here's another thing. You can't keep the dream team, whatever that is, if it's in baseball, football, basketball, video game development, bunch of actors working together. Like, you can't keep that group together for so long. Perfect example. Let's take a film industry for Marvels, right? They brought in Robert Downey Jr. in the beginning, making $500,000. They brought in Chris Hemsworth, making $250,000 or $500,000. They brought in Chris Evans. He's making $500,000 for the first film. By the time Marvel's Endgame comes around, each of the actors are making like 10, 20, 25 mil, right? You can't keep them. So what do you got to do? You either got to kill them off or you got to reboot or make something happen because you can't afford it. So in video game space, if you have these guys that are making game after game and they're getting promotions and they're the highest tier, you're killing your profit margins, because now you have, 6 guys that are working on this game that have been in the industry for 20 plus years, and they're making $250,000 or whatever it is, right? They're not gonna want to pay that. They'll bring in the new blood that can work on it and keep one guy to tell everybody else what to do. Halo 3 had the whole truth campaign leading up to it, essentially a leak with tidbits. Now it's easier to just let the streamer do it, in the way. Yeah. Yeah. Can't always just keep the people going. It's impossible. The dream team comes to light a little at a time. Once everyone realizes it's too late, once you get the label, your 2 movies past the prime. Right. You know? You might sign somebody, and then all of a sudden, hell, my Mets in sports, they're the highest paid baseball team, I think, ever. And they suck balls. They just don't gel. They brought all these people, and they just couldn't gel together to make the team that they wanted. There's another news story I can put in here. My dog sees something outside. He's barking like crazy right now. Yeah, see, veteran Call of Duty dev leaves Treyarch after nearly 19 years. That's a good career, man. It's a good career. Trying to see what else there is. Chainsaw Massacre's out today. I totally forgot about that. We talked about it the other day, but I forgot it was coming out Friday. Armor Core 6 comes out next week, doesn't it? That's probably a game I'll pick up later down the road. Oh, did you hear the new backlash about James Gunn with Henry Cavill? I think we brought it up a little bit last night. All right. I am done. You guys have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday for more gaming news. We'll have more information about Gamescom. I'm going to try to stream Gamescom at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. It might be a little rough. Or I might have to take a break, because if it starts at 2, my wife might pick up my son that day, and then he's got speech therapy that day as well. So I might have to just get up real fast, log him in, and then I can come back and do the rest of the show. So we're gonna try to do Gamescom on Tuesday. But leading up to that, we have the Monday morning show, Monday evening show, Tuesday morning show, Tuesday afternoon show, and then Tuesday evening show. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted if we're going to do it on Tuesday or if not. If we don't do it on Tuesday, what we'll do is we can talk about it Tuesday night, or Wednesday morning. Not a big deal. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great, wonderful rest of your night, morning, wherever you are. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.